we're rolling camera? Did you know we were rolling camera? Why didn't you tell me? You're so stoic. What's up, guys? Ryan, Southern Card Collector. I hope you're doing good. And I would say Happy New Year, but Larry David wouldn't approve.
It's a little late.
We're 7 weeks into the year. As the year closed out, I was excited about the channel, and I was thinking of all these different things I wanted to do. And as oh, you want to know who this is? Yeah, this is my buddy T-Rex. I have this lapel mic and just don't like wearing it, so Rexy was helping me out. And I haven't put any videos out. I have lots of ideas, and as I was thinking about the goals I had for 2021 for collecting, one of the biggest things was taking a step back, spending some time working on my YouTube channel, and stop being so uptight with the channel. Wanting to get everything just perfect with all the editing and being so proper, and now having my kids sound in the background. But you know what? I think this is what it should be about. It should just be about life. It got to be about what's going on. So you may hear loud stomping sounds from above. You may hear two children destroying each other's faces on the couch over a video game. I may get up and have to go do something about that. But that's how it's going to be, Rex. It's just what we're going to do. We're going to roll with it. I think it's a lot more fun to do that. So, although I do have notes. So I want this to be fun this year. That's kind of the goal. So made a few videos, worked on them, but just haven't had the time to post them. Really just didn't have the energy. A lot of stuff going on since the year started. I just wanted to talk to you about a few things we're going to do on the channel. Okay? Sound good? Great. So as I was looking at what I wanted to do in 2021, I thought, well, let's break the channel down into some like mini series or some kind of episodic stuff that's collected to how it's collected. That's not right. Start over? Okay. To do some things that are connected to how I collect. That's really what I want to do. So it kind of became a fairly long list, but I thought it'd be fun anyway. But before I begin talking about all the different small mini series I'm going to put on the channel, would it be a mini series? I don't know. Mockumentaries? I really don't know what we'll call it. But before I get into talking about those different series that I'm going to put on the channel, I just want to take a minute to talk about like what the last 7 weeks have been for collecting for me, because I set some goals at the beginning of the year, and I really wanted to adhere to those. It was working on the channel. It was beginning to get my collection organized, and that's happened a little bit. I haven't really taken the steps that I want to take yet, but I've got some plans. I just feel like I needed to take a step back and kind of reevaluate what I've done over the last 7 weeks, because the NHL season started. There was a lot of excitement with that. We know sports cards are really continuing on this upward trend. You have this correlation between a lot of things that are going on in different types of markets, and now you're seeing it happening in our hobby. And it's very mainstream. Now it's cool to collect cards again. I thought, man, I've got to kind of reset myself for this year. I got to reset what I'm doing, because I just kind of went in some totally different directions than what I wanted to begin this year with. So I was dabbling and picking up new hockey stuff, because I haven't collected hockey a whole lot, and I wanted to bring that to the channel, particularly because of me being here in the South and hockey is not as big of a sport. I thought, man, this would be a great way to kind of introduce people to how Southerners in the southern part of the United States view hockey, at least from my perspective. And so I started buying some of that stuff. I started looking at all these goals, and then prices were spiking, and I was like, I gotta slow down. So one thing I really want to focus on is just collecting like a kid again. And what I mean by that is, think about all those cards we couldn't afford then, and some of them we can afford now. Some of them have gone up in price, and we might could still afford them. But when I was a kid, I was collecting the players that I loved. It didn't matter if it was a base card or an insert. It just got you excited, and you would place them in binders and flip through them and read about the players. And most of the time, and I've even heard other people mention this, you didn't even necessarily watch a lot of baseball, but you knew the guys from the cards. I remember I didn't sit down and watch a 3-hour baseball game when I was 9 years old. I couldn't sit down for 5 minutes when I was 9 years old. So I connected to those players through those cards. That was kind of what gave them this this mystique or lore about them that was so cool. And so I kind of want to get back to that. So I really want to focus on kind of shifting that moving forward and not looking at spending tons of money on one card necessarily. There's a few cards I want to pick up this year that may be more expensive, but really focus on like building my player collections and being excited about picking up just base cards of those guys. Being able to jump on like sports lots and some other places and find those good deals and get 20 cards shipped to me for, like less than $10 or so. So that's kind of some of the things I want to redo. I need to reset that. And I hope some of you, if you kind of found yourself going off in a direction you don't want to go with your collection, you're taking the time to do that too. Is that clear enough? Okay, great. What's one of the big things that I really want to work on this year? I talked about organizing my collection. I think that that's really something I need to get done because I need to enjoy it more. I kind of got an idea of a project I want to do where I can have something that's kind of compact, where I can make the videos from it. I can use it as a desk. It's fine.
Wondering if you could get some.
Yeah, give me 2 minutes. I'm about to cut this, okay? Interruptions. Mom wants food. Oh, and I want them to be a part of this too. That's what it's about. I want them to enjoy it as well. It's so much fun that we get to do that together, and they get a kick out of it for a while too. I have a plan in place that I want to share with you, but I'm not going to reveal a whole lot right now. But I have a plan to create something that's going to help me organize my cards, give me a place where I can make videos, where I'm not in my son's room taking up his space, and it allowed me to have storage as well. And I think that it'll be something that'll make me happy, where I can still display my cards, but I won't have them all out, and I can kind of rotate them around depending on what I'm in the mood to look at. So stay tuned for that. All right, so let's talk about a few of the series that I'm going to try to put together this year for the channel. Lovely. So one of the series that I want to do is related to collecting hockey cards, and really just kind of give you a novice hockey fan's perspective here in the Deep South, learning about the game, the rules of the game, getting a better understanding not just of the rules, but then understanding how offenses and defense works, those different setups, because I really know football really well because I've spent all my life watching it, playing it, coaching it. So I want to grow in a better understanding of the game of hockey. It's an exciting game. I think it's one of the best games out there. It's definitely one of my favorites. I think those guys are incredible athletes. And of course, how Southerners pronounce names from Russia and Canada and Minnesota. Hey, sorry guys, don't take offense. But it's pretty hilarious. And I'm getting better. I really am. The Predators picked up a few new players, like Mark Vorvietsky. Hey, pretty good, right? I had to break down the pronunciation in my cell phone. Probably here in the South don't say the name fast enough, so it really doesn't sound right. Or even like Russian names that have 2, or 3 consonants ran together. I need a vowel. I don't know how to blend that. Sorry. But I'm getting there, right? Svechnikov. That's not even correct. Svechnikov?
Svechnikov.
Close. Aho. Nailed it. Okay, when it comes to baseball, something I know a little bit more about, we're going to talk about some of the old guys. Look at my vintage collection, really go back and admire some of those cards I've picked up over the years. And one of the projects I'm working on is a 1957 Milwaukee Braves team set. But take the time to look at some of those cards, talk about those players, and it could be any other player as well. I love collecting Hall of Fame second basemen as well, so look forward to that. And we're going to call that Pastimes. I stole that from Topps. Yeah, Cards and Recreations, you know what I'm talking about. Some more baseball includes looking into my super collections of Javi Lopez 1 and Freddie Freeman 2. We're going to call Javi Lopez Collecting Javi in the Hobby. Take you along my road to my new benchmark of 750 unique Javi Lopez cards. Javi Lopez is a fan favorite and was a great place for me to start collecting 90s cards because I could get an opportunity to enjoy collecting that era without having to spend as much cheddar. So that was nice. And of course, Freddie Freeman. Can't go without taking a look at some of my Freddie Freeman collection. MVP for this past year for the National League. So we're going to call it 5 on first because Freddie's number 5 and he plays first base. One thing I'm really, really excited about, oh yeah, I won't forget to tell him this one. It's a series I'm going to call Collector's Rewind. And over the holiday break while we were out of school, me and my sons pulled out all of my old stuff that I still had from when I was a kid, and we just started digging through it. and just so many things came back, brought back so many memories. We're going to take a look at some of the things from my collection and go all the way back to the late 80s, early 90s, and share that with you on the channel and share with my kids too. And being a big Alabama fan, I collect guys that played at the University of Alabama. So when we get into that series, I'll show you like how many cards I'm working towards picking up, how many I've already got, and what the challenges are going to be. And talk a little bit about those guys, how their careers have gone in the NFL, and look back at their career at the University of Alabama. I want to just do some little humorous things with the channel as well, so look for that coming soon. Don't really have it fully developed yet. Cardboard Confessions. Thanks for watching. I hope you've had a great start to 2021 again. And remember, if you collect, do it for the love of the hobby. See ya.